Today, this day, this time can be it. We've had disappointments. We've had discouragements. We've had times when we've thought we have called and not got answers. But tonight is going to change because you're going to be taught how to call. Because there are certain conditions that you need to require to be fulfilled. You're going to fulfill them and you're going to call. And something's going to change. You think the same angel could come by? Possibility? Go on through the Bible. The Bible says there was a king called Asa. He was jammed in by the enemy on all sides. And he cried out to the Lord and says, God, you don't need anyone's help. You can save by many or by few. And he cried out. God saved him. Though the people of Israel sinned time and time again, every time they cried out to God, God raised up a deliverer. Through the book of Judges. Right through. David said, I called upon the Lord and he heard me. And he delivered me from all of my fears. Are you hearing me? There were some blind people, New Testament. They called, they cried out, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Everyone who cried got a response. Lepers cried, they got a response. Bartimaeus cried, he got a response. Heathen people cried out to the Lord. He gave them his attention. You go and read the story of Jabez. He cried. Let me tell you something about me. I never knew this truth. I found it out recently. 20 years ago, you've probably seen this very famous hotel in Dubai, the Burj Al Arab, which is in the middle of the sea. The famous landmark of Dubai before it came to being in the area where it was. I was snorkeling in the water 20 years ago. And as I went so deep, I didn't realize the waters were so clear, I could see the ground beneath my feet. I started getting cramps, so I went down just to stretch my legs. Suddenly realized that it was too deep and the water was way above my head. I thought it was at the end of my life. I thought that was it. I don't know how, with water all around me, snorkel in my mouth, when a mumble came out of my mouth that says, Jesus, save me. Within 2 seconds, I promise you, no swimmer could swim so fast. I was on the shore. In the middle of the water, he won't fail. 16 years ago, or maybe I'd say 18 years ago, I was driving to church as a young boy. And I used to go to church in a place called Abu Dhabi, which is 150 kilometers out of Dubai. We had no speed limits then. We had 2-lane traffic. And, the roads are straight. So I was on the runway. I was driving to church and we were late. I had to pick up a friend. He got finished late from work, and we have evening services. Our Sunday evening, it was an evening service. We work on a Sunday in the Middle East. We don't have a holiday. So we're driving. And I was driving approximately 160 miles an hour. Suddenly, in the middle of the road, a huge dump truck came across the road. Huge dump truck. Huge. It was closer, I would say it was between this camera and the back wall, somewhere there. That was the distance. 160 miles an hour. Out of my mouth came a shout. I did not shout. Honestly, I did not shout. But my mouth opened and it shouted. All it said was Jesus. I kid you not. Within a foot of the truck. I mean, let me explain this to you. That truck, it was too low to go under. It was too high to go over. I mean, the right side is a big, deep dip, and if you go off, you're dead. So there's no hope. It's like the people at the Red Sea. Behind you, in front of you, you got problems. Listen. I don't want you to test it, but I want you to trust it. As I shouted, my car, it came to a dead stop, going up and down on the shock absorbers, without swerving to the left, without swerving to the right. Not a skid. Dead stop. Say it works. I don't know if it was the hand of God or an angel he sent, but something held my car. Boom! And I'm alive to tell you that he is true. Oh, so if it's on the runway, if it's in the middle of the sea, the good news is he hasn't changed. Last year, we were in Sydney, Australia. My wife, my 3 kids, myself. We were out horse riding in the middle of the forest, in the Blue Mountains in Australia. That's our favorite sport. We ride. One of the horses was acting crazy, and we didn't realize it probably was a sign God was telling us. Later on, I understood something about the property and all that. But anyway, while we were riding, and there was this instructor leading us through the forest trail and everything, we were going up. There was a dog that was with us it was our family and that instructor, and this dog was following us. This dog, this crazy dog, chased a kangaroo. This kangaroo runs straight into my youngest daughter's horse.